Russia is claiming they shot down U.S.-made ATACMS missiles, ACTAMS, or whatever you call it, whatever the acronym is. The Russian Defense Ministry said on Tuesday that it defeated a Ukrainian attack in the western Bryansk region shortly before Kremlin updated its nuclear weapons doctrine to allow for nuclear strikes in response to foreign ballistic missile attacks. So what they did is they said, it's eye for an eye. You shoot us, we shoot you. You shoot a bullet, we shoot a bullet back. You shoot a missile, we shoot a missile back. You shoot a nuke, we shoot a nuke back. Russia just said today they updated their nuclear weapons doctrine that if you shoot a ballistic missile at them, they can respond in a nuclear fashion. Two U.S. officials also confirmed to ABC News, where I got this from, abcnews.com, abcnews.go.com, that Ukraine had for the first time fired ATACMS at targets in Russia. They fired 6 ballistic missiles. According to confirmed data, the American-made attacked operational tactical missiles were used. Fragments fell on technical territory of a military facility. A fire broke out and it was extinguished. So here's my question. Biden said the entire time of this war, for a little over 1,000 days, maybe like 1,001 days, that you can't use our missiles to fire into Russia. You can use our missiles to fire when they're in Ukraine, or if they're in I'm just making up, Poland or whatever neighboring country they might be in, right? You can do that. But you can't fire them into Russia, because if you fire them into Russia, then Russia's going to take that as we're assisting you to fire on them, and they will then declare war on the United States. What am I missing that Joe Biden would give the Ukraine permission to do that? Now, granted, they're in the region, they're close to the city, they've taken the city, and those missiles will allow them to keep control of the city. Possibly. It's a war. Anything could happen. But why now? So, are you waiting for Donald Trump to come into office so you can then start a war and then say, hey, it's on you? Because that's just bizarre. We've already got troops in the area. But now, get this. You're starting issues for the United States of America to split us. So how many different wars do you think will break out if we start fighting against Russia? Just a show of hands. 5? Okay. You just guessed that, right? You just took us off the... We got Russia. We got the Middle East with Israel. We got Taiwan. We got North Korea. That's 4. We cannot sustain a fight in 4 areas. We tried that with World War II when we were at war with Japan and Germany. We were in Italy. Like, we had people fighting all over the world. South Pacific. It was all over the world. For good reasons, but for no reason. So many people attacked America at that time that we literally had to use and drop a hydrogen bomb on Japan to stop their attack because they were ferocious. So what are we doing now? Are we ginning up for World War III? Russia has already said they made changes to their nuclear doctrine Putin signed it today. The use of Western non-nuclear rockets by the armed forces of Ukraine against Russia can prompt a nuclear attack. That means fallout for all of Europe. One of the U.S. officials said that they're not surprised by what they called irresponsible rhetoric from the Kremlin, but that the U.S. sees no indications Russia actually plans to use nuclear weapons. Okay, so here's the question. Do you really know that before they do it? I mean, I was talking to him, and he just hauled off and hit me. Well, did you see any indications that he was going to smack you? Nope. Just like Tyson smacked Jake Paul. No indications Tyson was going to do it, and then he just stepped up and smacked him. At some point, we're going to have to believe that Russia is going to do what they said. President Joe Biden approved Ukraine's use of long-range American-made MGT-140 Army Tactical Missile System, colloquially called the Attack MS, missile system, I don't know, to hit targets in Russia in Western Kursk region. What would you think would happen? Are you hoping the dust up doesn't happen until after Trump gets in office and then you can go, hey, I didn't do it? I don't understand that. To say no all this time and then to now say yes. Which is going to touch off Taiwan. It's going to touch off China. It's going to touch off North Korea. It's going to touch off Israel. At some point, we're going to be fighting on about 4 different fronts. And our troops are already thin. And I don't know if this generation wants to go to war. They don't even want to join the military. They don't even want to join the police. And this is who we're going to trust to defend our democracy? This is who we're going to trust to step up to say they love this country so much that they're going to help fight to keep it? These are the same people that are crying about democracy under Donald Trump when they gave up most of their freedom under Joe Biden and didn't think anything about it. It's all or it's nothing. You're either free and it doesn't matter who the president is, or you're not. We have people that died because of missteps made by President Joe Biden. Iraq. What are we doing? This has nothing to do with politics. But if we keep this up, you don't have to worry about an inauguration on January 20th. We're going to have to look at that day and equate it to something simple. World War III.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.